Welcome to the ALEX and Ava Podcast, your friendly place to learn real English. Ava, today we're diving into a topic everyone can use: how to talk about your job in simple, clear English.
Absolutely, Alex. This is such a practical skill. Whether you're meeting someone new or filling out a form, being able to describe your work and ask about others' jobs is essential. We'll break it down step by step.
That's right. We'll cover job titles, daily tasks, and even practice common questions. And don't worry if you're a beginner. We'll use slow, simple English so you can follow along easily.
And we'll also give you time to repeat phrases out loud. Practicing with us will help you remember what you learn and build your confidence in real conversations.
Let's start with the basics, your job title. A job title tells someone what you do. For example, you can say, I work as a teacher. Ava, can you give us more examples?
Sure, you might say, I work as a driver, or I work as a cashier. This structure is simple. Just say, I work as a, and add your job. Listeners, try saying your job title out loud now.
That's a great way to practice. In English, using I work as is natural and easy to remember. Even if your job is unique, you can use this phrase to help others understand what you do.
Exactly. For example, someone might say, I work as a nurse. No matter your job, this phrase works. And if you're not working, you can simply say, I'm a student, or I'm retired.
Now that we know how to say our job title, let's talk about what we do every day at work. For example, I say, I organize meetings, write emails, and talk to clients. Ava, how about you?
As a teacher, I might say, I teach English, prepare lessons, and help students. Each job has its own tasks, but talking about them helps others understand your daily work.
Right. It's good to use action words like organize, teach, drive, or help. These verbs show what you do, making your explanation clear and interesting.
And if you're learning, try breaking your day into steps. For example, I start work at 8 a.m., check my calendar, and answer emails. This helps listeners follow your routine, and it helps you practice speaking in English.
To make these phrases easy to remember, let's practice together. I'll say a sentence, and you repeat after me. I work as an office manager.
Great! Now try, I organize meetings. Repeating these phrases helps you build muscle memory, just like learning to ride a bike by practicing again and again.
Exactly. And if you can, write these sentences down. Writing and speaking together can double your learning power according to language studies.
And remember, it's okay to pause the podcast and practice as many times as you need. The more you say these phrases, the more natural they'll sound when you speak with others.
Let's expand your vocabulary a bit. Ava, can you share more common job titles for our listeners to practice?
Of course. Here are a few: teacher, driver, cashier, nurse, office manager. Each of these jobs is found in many countries, so knowing them helps in global conversations.
That's helpful. Listeners, try using each job in a sentence. I work as a nurse, or I work as a driver. This kind of repetition makes vocabulary stick.
And don't worry if your job isn't on our list. You can always look up the English word for your job and use the same pattern. If you're not sure, ask a teacher or a friend for help.
Let's move on to talking about where and when you work. For example, I say, I work in an office near the city center. Ava, where do you work?
I work at a small school in my town. You can use I work in an office, I work at a hospital, or I work at a store. The word at or in depends on the place.
Good point. And when talking about time, say, I start work at 9 a.m. This is very clear and polite, especially when you meet new people or have a job interview.
Exactly. You can combine these. I start work at 8 a.m. at the hospital. This gives listeners a full picture of your work life, making your English more detailed and interesting.
It's also important to express how you feel about your job. For example, I say, I like my job. It's busy, but interesting. Ava, how do you feel about your work?
I love my job because I enjoy helping students learn. Saying how you feel adds personality to your English and helps you connect with others.
Exactly. You can use phrases like, I enjoy my job, or my job is hard, but I like helping people. Sharing your feelings makes conversations more friendly and real.
And don't be afraid to be honest. If you find your job difficult, you can say, my job is challenging. This can start great conversations and help others understand you better.
Let's practice some useful questions you can ask about work. For example, where do you work? Or what do you do? Ava, why is it important to know these questions?
These questions help you start conversations and learn about people. In English-speaking countries, asking about work is a common way to make new friends or network professionally.
Absolutely. You could also ask, do you like your job? Or what time do you start work? These questions show interest and keep the conversation going.
And if someone asks you, just answer simply. For example, I work in a store, or I start work at 7 a.m. Practicing these questions and answers makes real conversations easier.
Let's see these ideas in action with a mini dialogue. Ava, let's pretend we just met at a party. I'll start, hi Ava, what do you do?
I'm a teacher. I teach English. What about you? This is a friendly way to share and invite the other person to speak.
I work as an office manager. Then you might ask, where do you work? To learn more.
I work in a company near the city center. And maybe ask, do you like your job? To keep the conversation going.
Yes, I do. I like helping people. Practicing short dialogues like this helps you prepare for real-life situations. Before we finish, let's review the key words and phrases from today. Ava, which job titles did we learn?
We covered teacher, office manager, nurse, driver, and cashier. We also used action words like work, teach, help, manage, drive, and check.
And don't forget places: office, school, store, hospital. Plus, we practice phrases like I work as a, I start work at, I love my job, and I help people.
Try using these words and phrases every day. The more you use them, the stronger your English will become. Small daily practice adds up over time, just like exercising a muscle.
Now it's time for a speaking challenge. We'll ask you some questions. Try to answer out loud even if you're alone. Don't worry about mistakes, just give it a try.
Here are your questions. What do you do? Where do you work? What time do you start work? What do you do every day at your job? Do you like your job?
Pause the podcast if you need more time. Practicing speaking even by yourself trains your brain to think in English, which is key for real-life conversations.
And remember, learning a language is a journey. Every small step brings you closer to fluency. Keep listening, practicing, and speaking with us. Thank you so much for learning with us today. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more beginner-friendly English practice. Remember, learning English is a journey. Keep going and don't give up.